It's common in every city across the country, and Sudbury is no exception. The warm weather is making a return, and so are panhandlers.
Some of the panhandlers, honestly, they'll give up their apartments in the summer to spend their money elsewhere. Typically, panhandlers are in their 30s or 40s, have addiction problems, high school education, and have some skilled labor abilities.
In terms of numbers, police say panhandling is not all that big here in Sudbury. However, the problem lies when they choose to operate out of the downtown near local businesses and banks. But instead of ignoring them, police say it's best to acknowledge them and look them directly in the eye.
How many times have you walked down a hallway and walked by somebody without making eye contact? It's an awkward moment. If you do make eye contact, then you are showing a certain amount of assertiveness, and that can persuade a panhandler to leave you alone.
I have had people on the street ask me for money, spare change, if I can give them extra change, whatnot, and I have looked at them in the face. No, I'm sorry, I don't have extra change. They pretty much just brush you off and they look for the next person coming by.
Sometimes you don't really get a lot of acknowledgement, you know, as much as you'd like to get, and it's not always nice when people just walk right past and they don't even hear you singing, you know. It's a bit humiliating.
But Gagnon describes himself as a street performer and not a panhandler.
The difference is that a street singer or performer is doing something and they're giving something, and it's not always easy to get an act together and do this, you know, and they have to put a lot of time, spend a lot of hours getting it together. Whereas a panhandler, you know, he's just bumming money.
And some residents agree, saying they're more apt to give to a street performer than a panhandler.
These guys playing guitar outside, that doesn't bother me whatsoever, so usually we'll throw some money in the container. The other ones who just are like diving on you with their little collecting pan, no, they don't get no money.
Some banks in Greater Sudbury have to deal with panhandlers on a regular basis. While none would comment on camera, one manager said they receive many complaints from clients, some of whom don't feel safe using the bank at night. Managers often call police when the panhandlers become aggressive and use foul language.
At times they'll issue us trespass notices and give us the authorization to enforce the Trespass to Property Act. We also have options under the Safe Streets Acts to lay charges for aggressive panhandling and that kind of thing. There's also, in extreme cases, charges under the Criminal Code of intimidation and threatening and those types of charges as well. So we do have a number of options available to us depending on the circumstances.
Aggressive panhandling is illegal, and there are various charges police can lay depending on just how aggressive a panhandler is being. Recently, the police began their beat and bike patrols for the summer months. These officers will be going throughout the downtown, parks, and other areas hard to access by vehicle. Mandi, Hargrave, northernlife.ca.